Alright, it's day 2. Where's that start? Usually these start spraying as soon as you bring them off lock. This one, gotta go a little more. Anyway, no parts showed up yesterday, so hopefully they'll be today, but either way, if they do show up today, we don't normally get deliveries like that until late afternoon. So we'll do a little more work on this today. I just wanted to get some stuff sprayed down and soaking. This has no bolts in it and doesn't want to come off. It is seized in there. The lock washers are seized on the back side of it. I haven't been able to get those off yet. I need to get this plate off there. This airline's gonna have to come out of the way. But I think while I let some of this penetrating oil work on this, I'm gonna go ahead and hop over to the other side, get it jacked up, get the wheel off, and we'll start looking at that side for the tag axle. Well, we got all but 2 of them off with the impact. I just sprayed those down with some penetrating oil. Probably wishful thinking, but we'll let it sit for a second and try it before I go get the torque multiplier and get those off another way. Way over tightened though. There's no reason these should have been that tight. Well, walk away, let a little penetrating oil sit. Comes off. I didn't think that was going to work that well. Alright, so we're at side 2 right now. Brake chamber looks a lot better. I'm not seeing any of that rusting along the front edge like we did on the other side. I'm going to get a wire brush, clean it up real quick though, and make sure that everything does look good. Airbag looks better, kinda. Still pushed down off the top. And that's like what we saw on the other side. There wasn't a space or anything. There was corrosion layered up, and it looks like it was pushing it down. I'm not really sure though, because the other side, this plate was perfect. Well, the top of the airbag wasn't, but I don't know. That looks like some corrosion. We'll have to figure out some more once we get that airbag out of there. This airbag's getting replaced too. The shock is getting replaced. And again, we're going to want to inspect everything. Lance said go ahead and just replace all of the air hoses on that while we're here. No use even wasting the time to inspect them. He just wants them done. So we'll see about getting that out of the way. And I'm not really looking forward to fighting that airbag out of there. The other one sucked. But we'll see what we can get done. It's still on there. Oh, now it's not. Got it. Inner bushings are in, but once you get them off, you can usually just grab these with a pair of pliers and they pull right off. That didn't fight me near as much as the other side did. Everything on this side actually looks like it's going to fight me less. I say that, and this airbag's still going to be a pain, but start grabbing wrenches, I guess, and we'll start getting that out of there. That is really dry and crusty sounding. Here we go, though. It's off. Alright, I'll try the shorter one now. Not quite going to plan. The bolt that we have to get out with the shortened wrench, you got to hit. I might have stripped it when I was hitting on it with the wrench. It was square, just rounded off. It's on there, so you can't really get to it with a cutoff wheel. You can't get the air hammer in there to chisel it off. So I gotta find another way to it. Took a sawzall, cut the top half of the bag out of there since that was unbolted, so we got that out of the way. Which, if you can see, all of that is all sunk out low spots where it was rusting and flaking off. And right through there, it's made it inside in here. So that's not great, but it's out of there. Plate looks good. It's going to clean up just fine. I just got to get that out of there somehow. I think the plan is I've got one of the 2 bolts out. It's just the one left. I'm hoping that I can cut the side of this out, get in there with an air hammer, and just break the casting around where the bolt goes. Because if you look at the other one, the one that I took off, that seems like my best bet is if I can get inside of there and just break it out. At least I'm hoping for that. That'd be best case scenario. Well, this is working. There's probably a better way to do this than what I'm doing, but took my cutoff wheel, cut through it, then I came back with the air hammer and just split it open. I might try to split a little more of that top. I just need to get it open enough that I can get in there and see the area where the bolt threads into, because it's just some pretty thin aluminum around there. Hoping if I can get to it, I can get the air chisel in there and break the edge of it off enough that I can open it up and hopefully pull that off the bolt. This is not fun. Like I said, there's probably a better way to do this. I just can't figure it out right now. I don't have any tools to fit in there to make it work since that bolt rounded off. Well, there we are. That little piece right there. So I need to get broken, and hopefully we can get this bag off. Worst case, I can continue cutting around it with my cutoff wheel. I can get under the cutoff wheel and slice through there. But I'm going to need to go get more cutoff wheels. I don't have any more in the truck with me, and this one's about spent. But these cordless die grinders are awesome. Get the air hammer in there and we'll see if we can get that to crack. It's going. We're maybe a third of the way through the actual bolt. I was hoping we could break the aluminum off around it, try to do like a vertical one, and it would open, but it wasn't working. So we're just going flat up against it and breaking the head of the bolt off. We'll get it. Well, we got it. I tapped a pry bar in under this side, flipped it, and we broke it off. That was a pain. Well, other than taking off a couple air hoses, that pretty much does it for the major disassembly on this side. I would drink a victory beer, but it's like 8 a.m. Maybe for lunch. Anyway, we got some cleaning to do. I still don't have parts. I was hoping they were going to show up yesterday. This is now day 3. So I don't know how much further I want to go until I have my parts here. I am going to end up pulling and inspecting hubs, but I don't have, obviously, my bearings, my seals, my races, any of that if I do find something. So no use in tearing these apart and letting them be exposed any longer than I have to. I think now all we really have left to do is to fight the brake chamber off the other side, so probably hop on that.